Alright, before we go any further, disclaimer, I'm not a review channel or a reaction channel. Maybe in the future that will change, but right now I mostly just complain about character designs and make up half-baked AU fanfiction. And yet, I decided to do this video because I feel like my previous Precure video kinda begged for some kind of follow-up. I made my predictions and listed my hopes and fears for this new series, so now that it's out, what do I actually think of it? Was it worth it to give Precure another chance? Let's find out. That is the exact same reaction I would have to spotting a peach floating down the river. Like, oh god, it's happening. There's totally gonna be a child in there. This is gonna make me late for work. Okay, so this opening, not great. I feel like a lot of recent Precure theme songs seem to go out of their way to make themselves as uncatchy as possible. Like, this is my third time listening to this opening song, and it's only now that I'm starting to hear the actual musical patterns, rather than a bunch of random noise. And it's good that I'm warming up to it, but man, I gotta wonder what the point is in making it that difficult in the first place. Why should I, a grown adult who composes music in their spare time, have to try to understand the composition of a song ideally written for little kids to sing along with? Why not make it as simple and ear-catching as possible? And I know they can do better, because the ending song is a lot more straightforward, and Cure Idol's debut song is a genuine earworm, way more fun to sing and listen to. You can tell because they use the melody of it for all of Uta's singing in this episode. Now this sounds like something a kid would latch onto and find easy to remember, doesn't it? By the way, Egao no Unizone is a great song. Link in the description, it's already been stuck in my head all week. It's actually hilarious that they googled Precure and got 0 results. Like, that's the exact opposite of what would happen in reality. Even in a reality where Precure as a franchise didn't exist. This was the first thing in the episode that actually made me laugh. I like that Precure is actually kind of annoying, begging for Uta to buy them things and not listening to her a lot of the time. This is definitely the fairy energy I wanted. I feel like we already have a fun character dynamic going here. I thought you were supposed to share? Oh my god, the MC said the same thing as me! This is a very good sign! Oh, this gag. It didn't make me laugh, but I know it probably had some little kids rolling on the floor, and I appreciate that they did it. Yeah, it's silly, but it's a solid joke. It almost feels like they actually want this show to be funny, so they go out of their way to add comedy bits that play with logic and the audience's expectations. Could it be that the writers of this season were actually allowed to do their jobs? Okay, just hard cut to the villain's lair, suddenly. This episode really struggles with transitions. I hope that's something they'll iron out in the future. Wouldn't it be a lot more visually interesting if this art book monster actually painted its surroundings, like with black ink, rather than generically smashing things? I don't know, just an idea. I like that Uta's attempts to deal with the monster make a lot of sense, both story and character-wise. As she states in the episode, she just realized that her songs have the ability to make people sparkle, so to speak. So if Emma losing her sparkle is the reason she's trapped inside the monster, naturally, singing to her again is the way to get her out. Which, of course, perfectly fits the concept of a hero whose song is their power. I really dig this climax mechanic. I hope we'll get to see the other idols do their own climaxes with their own songs. Going viral, huh? Seems like next time we'll have some consequences setting in. That's gonna be interesting. I know recent seasons have played around a lot more with the Cures being public figures. I wonder if that's how the girls will become idols. Like, their Precure alter egos will be the ones who are actually involved with the entertainment business, while they continue to live their normal lives. I think that would be an easy way to avoid some of the issues I mentioned in my previous video. Not all of them, but some of them. I still think the fan service thing is weird. The way they present it in this segment, with the creepily uncanny mocap, makes me understand what they're going for with it. Like, hey kids, wanna be an idol? Then do the thing along with me! But I still don't think we need to call it fan service, or crowd pleasers, or however you want to translate it. Like, if I could speak to the young children enjoying this series, you don't have fans. You're not pleasing the crowd. 90% of the people who hear you say are just gonna think you're cringe. But cringe is your job. The number of cringe children in the world has a direct correlation with the health of humanity. So you copy that magical girl catchphrase to please yourself, not the general public. Overall, it was a pretty fun episode. Cute, entertaining, and smartly written despite the pacing issues. I know a lot of my compliments for it were basically, wow, this character's actions actually make sense, and wow, the character remembered and referred to something that happened earlier in the story. Because yes, the bar is that low. But I still enjoyed it, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing the next episode. Which is something I haven't been able to say about this franchise in basically a decade, so I'll take what I can get. Thanks for watching, like, subscribe, whatever, and check out my Coffee page gallery to see the finished pictures in these videos. Till next time!